were never ordinary. Even before you were given a name, even before you took your first breath, there were codes hidden within you, waiting for the right season to be awakened. This is not a video for curiosity. This is a revelation for those who have noticed something unusual about themselves. A sign, perhaps, on their hands. Maybe you've looked closely and seen the letter M form itself through the lines of your palm. Maybe you've discovered a crescent moon etched in the flesh of your hand, so perfectly formed it could not be random. And maybe, just maybe, you've always felt different, not better, but burdened. Burdened with truth, with perception, with a knowing you can't explain. If that's you, stop everything, because this isn't entertainment. This is alignment. This channel isn't about mystery, it's about memory, the soul's memory of who you were before the world taught you to forget. If you have the letter M and the perfect crescent moon on your palm, what you are about to hear is your confirmation. There is a reason why you felt like your life never quite fit into standard molds. While others moved in patterns, you often stood outside them. You questioned what others accepted. You saw through what others obeyed. And most of all, you sensed when month and carry the crescent moon, your destiny likely includes spiritual warfare calming storms, emotionally and literally. If you were born on the 22nd with the M in your palm, you're a master number carrier, someone entrusted with building legacy in silence, often misunderstood, but never misplaced. Those with the M often feel pulled between two worlds, and it's not metaphorical. The physical and spiritual are both trying to reach you because you were chosen to walk between them. Your month and your mark are not two separate things. Together, they form your activation code, not for religion, but for revelation. You may have noticed certain numbers chase you through life, perhaps 144, 333, 1111, or 888. These aren't coincidences. They're echoes, signals designed to match the spiritual frequency in your DNA. The number 144 is not just from the Book of Revelation. It's the global calling code of the remnant. The number 888 represents infinite rebirth, those who never stay down. If you palms hold the letter M or the moon, and these numbers have followed you, then heaven has been trying to tell you, you are remembered, you are not random, and you are being called into remembrance. Let me ask you something personal. Have you ever had moments where you knew something before it happened? A vision, a dream, a deep intuition that saved someone, changed a choice, altered a path? These are not coincidences. The world may call it sensitivity or anxiety, but the spiritual realm calls it awareness. You are being awakened, and those marks, that M and that moon, are the signatures of watchers, of guardians, of truth holders. This space, this channel, is not an accident either. It was designed as a compass, not for the crowd, but for the coded. The videos here are not to entertain you. They are here to reactivate you. Because somewhere deep inside, you already know what you were born for. This is just the mirror that helps you remember. If you've been waiting for a sign, waiting. It's already in your hand. There's a reason you found this video, because among billions, only a few carry the ancient coding. And the crescent moon and the M, they are the visible signatures of a soul that came back for a reason. You are one of them. Before we move deeper, allow me to speak to your spirit, not just your mind. If this message resonates with you, if you felt seen, awakened, or confirmed in any way so far, please consider subscribing to this channel right now. Not because it helps the algorithm, but because it helps the message reach the other souls like yours, the ones still searching for their confirmation. We are a community that was never meant to be large. We were meant to be precise. Now I ask something even more personal. What kind of content would help you go further on your journey? Drop it in the comments, whether it's about dreams, numbers, spiritual gifts, or even ancient wisdom. This isn't just my channel, it's ours. Your feedback is guessed. Your words may help another chosen one feel less alone. Let's build something sacred together. Now let's return to the marks. Earlier, we spoke of the M and the crescent moon on your palms as symbols. But what if I told you that heaven didn't stop at symbols? What if I told you that heaven also sends its messages through living beings, animals who carry specific energies sent to confirm, guide, or awaken you at key moments? The truth is, those with the mark, the M, and the moon are often visited, followed, or drawn to particular creatures. These animals are not random. They are spiritual codes, living parables. Let's explore what each one means, and as I speak, ask yourself, which of these have crossed your path at unusual moments? Those marked with the crescent moon often see falcons in dreams, art, or nature. The falcon is not just a bird of prey. Spiritually, it represents elevated perspective. It tells the chosen one, solitude to gain clarity. The falcon shows up to remind you that your intuition is most accurate when you're above the noise. If you've seen falcons repeatedly, you're likely being trained for spiritual leadership. You're not just meant to see, you're meant to see clearly from above. Now don't recoil. The snake is one of the most misunderstood symbols in history. In ancient times, the snake represented healing, shedding the old, and stepping into divine power. If you've seen snakes near you, or if they appear during key spiritual moments, it could mean that your soul is going through its next evolution. Those with the letter M often attract this energy because they carry the power to help others awaken, and awakening is always uncomfortable. The snake comes to those who are ready to shed the skin of the past and move into power with wisdom. This one is rare and deeply spiritual. If the peacock has ever shown up in your path, understand this: you carry royal codes. The peacock, divine reminder that majesty can be silent. You don't need to scream your power. It walks into rooms before you. People with the crescent moon and the peacock's appearance are often sent to restore dignity to themselves and to others. You may have been humiliated in the past, betrayed, silenced, but the peacock comes to say, heaven never forgot your name. You were always royal. Now walk in it. Gentle doesn't mean weak. The deer is the chosen one's reminder that sensitivity is a weapon when aligned with heaven. If you are someone who feels deeply, cries easily, or senses pain before others notice it, you are not broken. You are calibrated. The M carriers and the crescent moon bearers with the spirit of the deer are emotional warriors. You fight battles others never see. You heal others silently, and that is divine strength, not weakness. The deer shows up to say, stay soft, even in a hard world. That's your power. This one is powerful. If you felt a connection to owls, or see them often, or if they appear in dreams, take note. The owl is the spiritual symbol of those who see what others deny. You are the one who feels the shift in a room before anyone speaks. You sense danger before it arrives. You carry prophetic discernment. The owl doesn't panic in the dark. It thrives there. And so do you. Those with the M or the moon on their palms who carry the owl spirit are watchers. You were placed on the wall to guard, to warn, to guide. If elephants appear in your dreams or fascinate you, you are likely someone with a memory of lifetimes. The elephant represents wisdom, family, honor, and ancient strength. You may be someone who feels silenced has never gone unnoticed by the heavens. These animals are more than just part of creation. They are echoes of the divine, carriers of messages for the marked ones. If any of them have crossed your path, it's not by chance. Pay attention, because when heaven cannot speak through people, it speaks through nature, through dreams, through signs, and if you are marked, it will speak through you. Now I want to hear from you. Which animal has followed you in life or dreams? Which one feels like a part of you? Drop it in the comments. I want to read your story, your moment of recognition. And I promise you're not alone. Chosen one, if you've come this far, it's not just curiosity pulling you. It's memory, soul memory. Something inside you has always known that this world was not all there is, that behind the veil of daily life, behind the routines and noise, there exists a rhythm, a deeper current that you were designed to follow. You feel it in numbers that repeat, in dreams, feel more real than reality, in whispers at 3:33 a.m., in the flicker of light when you're deep in thought, in a voice that doesn't speak out loud, but says, "This is your path." You felt it. That's how chosen ones awaken, especially those who were not only called, but coded, marked by time, by heaven, and yes, even by the very palm of their hand. Let's speak about synchronicities. Some call them coincidences. We don't, because when you're marked, everything speaks. You look at the clock and see 1:11. Then later, 4:44. A phone rings and the number ends in 888. You dream of a number, then see it on a license plate the next day. These aren't accidents. They're timestamps, divine fingerprints, marking your path. The number 333 isn't just a time. It's a call. Are you awake yet? Those with the letter M often notice life aligning in patterns. Why? Because your life is not random. You are walking inside a script written in the heavens. These numbers are the breadcrumbs. They're to mystify you. They're there to remind you the mission is real, and it's already started. And what about your dreams? If you're marked with the crescent moon, chances are your dreams are more than dreams. They're visions, blueprints, warnings, and sometimes conversations you weren't supposed to remember, but never quite forget. The crescent moon in the palm is often associated with dream sensitivity. Many who bear this symbol report flying dreams followed by real-life breakthroughs, repeating dreams of places they've never seen but somehow know, waking at exact times for no reason, 2:22, 5:55, 1:44, receiving names, words, or symbols during sleep that later appear in waking life. These dreams are not illusions. They are activation sequences, and if you've been running from them, stop. They are not chasing you. They are calling you. The spiritual world trains its warriors in silence. And question, what is your divine assignment? Let me say something you may not have heard before. You were not born to follow a path. You were born to create one. The crescent moon and the letter M are not mere signs, they are seals. And sealed souls are sent here with missions, not manuals. You don't need all the answers. What you need is the courage to say yes. Yes to the vision. Yes to the inner voice. Yes to the timing that feels inconvenient. Yes to standing alone. If you must, because often, the marked walk first so others can follow. Some of you are here to unlock generational healing. Others were sent to teach, lead, or protect. Some were sent to speak what others fear to say. And some, the quietest among you, are carrying the heaviest codes. Because heaven knew you wouldn't give up. And if you've wondered why me, the answer is simple. Because you're strong enough. Because you said yes before you were born. Because the ones marked by time are the ones trusted with. I continue. I want you to remember something sacred. You are not crazy. You are not lost. You are not overreacting. You are awakening. Everything in your life, even the pain, has been a push toward this moment, toward remembering, toward walking in what you were always called to carry. If this message stirred something in your soul, then let's take a moment together, not as strangers, but as a family of the marked. I ask you to subscribe, not just for more videos, but to stay connected to a tribe that speaks your language. And now, from one chosen one to another, share in the comments below. Have you seen the signs? Which animal speaks to you? What number follows you? What dream keeps repeating? And if someone comments with pain or confusion, meet them with light. And if someone speaks negativity, don't reply, just rewrite the atmosphere. That's what marked ones do. Let's turn this comment section into a field of fire, a meeting place of remembrance. There's some, never told anyone, not completely, that despite everything you do for others, despite how often you show up, stay silent, offer love without asking anything in return deep down, there are days you feel completely alone. You're not imagining that. It's not because people don't love you. It's not because you're broken. It's because you're marked. And the marked are trained in isolation, not as punishment, but as preparation. Those with the letter M and the crescent moon carry the weight of people's emotions like sponges. They walk into rooms and instantly sense what no one is saying. They comfort others, encourage others, heal others, yet silently bleed behind closed doors, because their assignment began before they understood it. You weren't born into ease. You were born into spiritual responsibility. And that is why things hit you harder. That is why betrayal cuts deeper. That burden was never meant to destroy you, only to reveal what you're made of. Many chosen ones marked with the M and crescent moon have unknowingly lived as intercessors. You've cried for people who hurt you. You've prayed for others to receive blessings while you were still waiting on your own. You've stood in the gap between life and death, light and dark, and you never asked for credit. This is not weakness. This is not codependency. This is spiritual courage. Your very life is a prayer. Every time you forgive instead of retaliating, every time you extend love instead of anger, you are shifting spiritual atmospheres. That's power, the kind of power most people never recognize, but heaven never forgets. And these echoes don't stop. Have you noticed how certain times keep coming back? 144, the code of alignment. You are walking in step with something bigger than yourself. 505, grace. 5. On both ends of a shift. 0. Something new is about to begin. The spiritual realm. You are stepping into authority. 717, a highly prophetic time. When you see this, it's a confirmation you're on schedule. For the chosen, time is not just linear, it's circular. What hasn't happened yet is already happening in the spirit. That's why your dreams feel like memories. That's why your déjà vu is so intense. That's why, even when you arrive somewhere new, you often feel like you've been there before, because time bends around those marked by eternity. Let go of the pressure to have a title. You don't need one. You were never called pastor, prophet, healer, or leader in the spirit. You were called by your essence, and that essence carries its own authority. Your presence shifts things. Your silence carries weight. Your decisions ripple beyond what you can see. You are not here to prove who you are. You are here to remember who you've always been. And the more you walk in that remembrance, the less you'll seek validation from the walked through fire and didn't burn. You've crossed valleys and didn't break. You've endured betrayals that would have destroyed others, and somehow you still offer love. That's not weakness. That's sacred strength, the kind that only the marked carry. You are not broken. You are not late. You are not lost. You are being positioned. Every attack, every delay, every rejection was redirection, because the assignment placed on you is too specific to be wasted. And now you're waking up. Now you're remembering something holy. And we need your voice in this circle. Drop in the comments. Which dream has stayed with you the longest? What time code keeps appearing to you? Which of the divine animals speaks to your soul the most? Have you ever heard the calling in silence? And if someone pours their story into that comment section, respond with kindness, light, and warmth. We are not here to judge. We are here to remember together. And if someone tries to throw shadows, don't give it energy. The light doesn't argue with darkness. It just keeps shining. Your M is not a mistake. Your moon is not a mark of confusion. They are your invitation, your signal, your prophecy. Welcome home, chosen one. Your assignment has already begun. And as you breathe in this truth, let it settle. Let it echo in the corners of your spirit where doubt once lived. Because the war that tried to silence you was never about your past. It was always about your future. You are not hearing this by chance. This isn't just a video. This is a sacred encounter disguised as digital content. And when heaven wants to get your attention, it doesn't send crowds, it sends clarity. And right now, clarity is falling over your life like a divine mist. You've always felt different because you are. You were not built for the ordinary. You were wired for the uncommon path, the high road most fear to walk. That's why noise overwhelms you. That's why you crave peace like oxygen. That's why you keep sensing something that can't be explained, only experienced. The chosen don't just follow time, they bend it. Because when heaven places its seal on a soul, the natural begins to bow to the supernatural. And your life, your timeline is encoded with interruptions on purpose. Some doors didn't open because they were beneath you. Some people walked away because they weren't qualified to stay. If only you could see what's about to unfold. Because the story of the chosen is never loud in the beginning. It's quiet, hidden, like a seed in the dark, breaking open before it rises. You don't need the whole world to believe in you. You just need to believe in what heaven whispered the moment you arrived. The fingerprints of eternity are all over your existence. And though the world may have missed it, you carry evidence, visible only to the spiritually awake, unmistakable to those who carry the same code. Your M is not about identity, it's about memory. A sacred remembrance of who you were before this world forgot. And your crescent? It's not just the shape. It's a symbol of light growing in darkness. A divine sign that even when you are not whole, you are still rising. So tonight, when the world, you and your breath and your soul, close your eyes and say these words, I am not here by accident. I am chosen. I am marked. I am sent, and I remember. Let those words seal your spirit. Let them become your anthem. And when you speak them, know that somewhere, someone just like you is whispering the same. That's the power of the marked. Scattered in the world, but united in purpose. You are not alone. You never were. Now rise, chosen one. Heaven has waited long enough. And if your heart is still beating fast right now, that's not anxiety. That's recognition. Something deep within you is responding. Because these words are not new. They are ancient echoes you've heard before. In dreams, in silence, in sacred spaces no one else could see. That's the mystery of the chosen. You were taught to doubt your knowing, to shrink your voice, to explain away your discernment. But your soul has never forgotten what your spirit signed up for. That's why you always felt the tension between who the world expected you to be and who you already are beneath it all. You weren't made to fit in. You were made to anchor something, to carry a frequency that others don't understand until they've sat in your presence long enough to feel it shift them. Because that's what you do. You shift rooms, not by force, not by title, but simply by being. You are a mirror of divine remembrance. And when others see you, they often feel something awaken in them, a little. Peace they can't name. That's your gift. You make people remember their soul, even if they don't understand why. And no, you didn't imagine the isolation, the spiritual warfare, the moments where you wondered if you were the only one feeling what you were feeling. But now you know you're not alone. There are others. We are many but hidden, strategically placed like stars in a constellation, each one holding a unique key to the greater design. Some of you have been quiet carriers of light for years. You've healed silently, loved fiercely, prayed faithfully in rooms where no one knew you were interceding. That was never wasted. It was recorded. And now it's returning multiplied. Because chosen ones don't sow for applause, they sow for eternity. And what you've planted in tears, you will now harvest in clarity. The signs are all around you, from numbers to dreams, from animal messengers to divine whispers, all of them calling you back to your center. Message: this is a soul activation. You didn't just click this video. Your soul brought you here because it's time. Time to rise into your assignment. Time to walk in your full knowing. Time to reconnect with those who speak your soul's language without needing to translate. So subscribe, not because it's what everyone says to do, but because you feel the pull, because something in you just whispered, I belong here. And you do. We're not here to go viral. We're here to go vertical, upward, inward, forward into the truth of who we are. And as you take that step, may the codes awaken. May the dreams return. May the whispers grow louder.